Yo, welcome back to the Fitness Business Podcast, guys. Jordan here. And what if I told you that there was a class of compounds that can help you not just build muscle, burn fat, recover faster, sleep deeper, and potentially slow aging, all with literally minimal to no side effects without putting any foreign hormones in your body. And you probably, if I were to tell you this, you'd be like, yeah, he's full of shit. He's selling snake oil. Or you think I'm just one of these like trendy biohacker bros who's chasing the next shiny object. But what I want to share in this 3-part podcast series is all about peptides. Okay, I'm going to go back to the history, the backstory, how to use them, what are my favorite peptides, and how you can apply this in your coaching business to really stay ahead of the curve and differentiate yourself, but more importantly, help your clients get, significantly better results, which is what we're all in this for, right? And so to take you back, what if I told you that Soviet scientists in Russia have actually been researching these compounds for over 80 years? Okay, their military were using these tools, these peptides, during the Cold War to help soldiers recover from radiation exposure, trauma, injuries. And as we speak, these same compounds are all now being used by elite athletes, high performers, entrepreneurs, and just regular people like me and you to optimize everything, right? From fat loss to cognitive function to longevity. And that's ultimately what peptides are and what we're going to cover today. So by the end of this episode, I'm going to share with you like what peptides actually are in plain English without like science jargon, where they came from, and how this is not just a new fad. This is literally, in my opinion, going to change the world. And most importantly, what you need to do to stay ahead of this curve, both an application for you to be able to use these to be a better human and to be able to use these for your clients. Okay. Because the truth is, if you're not doing foundational work yourself and with your clients, peptides are not going to be this like magic pill. They're close, but I want to make sure that you're not just creating expensive piss for you and your clients. All right. So listen, if you are a coach, a trainer, health coach, fitness professional, or someone who's serious just about optimizing your health and performance, just make sure to hit subscribe to this episode or this podcast now, because this is going to be part 1 of a 3-part series. So part 2, I'm going to be dropping next week or after this one, where I'm going to walk you through my 5 favorite peptides that I'm a huge fan of. Okay, I've been experimenting now for over 2 years and that I would personally recommend. So don't miss that. Subscribe now. Also, for those watching on YouTube, you're going to see some visuals here where I'm going to actually provide in the show notes a Google Doc that is like my thesis on peptides. We're literally going to cover history of peptides, my top 5 favorite peptides, what to do before you become a pincushion. Like in this Google Doc, it's literally going to have A to Z, everything you need. Non-peptides, things that are actually just short chain amino acids that are like bio-regulators that also are incredible tools. I'm going to give you an example peptide protocol that if I were just trying to like perform better cognitively, get leaner, be healthier, better mitochondrial function, it's kind of like a beginner stack that I would recommend. And then I'm going to have in this Google Doc how to use peptides, like how to actually reconstitute, how to measure, dose, best practices, and I'm going to give you like where to source them. I'm actually going to give you my sources with discount codes, and I'm also going to show you like how to like who am I learning from, who are some other educators, and other supplements that you should be pairing with peptides. Okay, so let's get back into it with the backstory. All right, what the hell are peptides? All right, in simple terms, let's start with the basics. Here's the simplest way to think about it. A peptide is a short chain of amino acids. Okay, so I'm going to show a visual here that for those watching on YouTube, you can see this chain of aminos. Okay, think of it like a small fragment of a protein. See, a protein molecule has a full bonded molecular structure that it creates a full amino acid, right? So that basically means it's going to trigger just one specific activity or a multitude of specific activities. Protein, for example, does a lot of stuff. But with a peptide, it's made up of these long chain aminos. Okay, so instead of protein, is made up of long chain aminos, whereas peptides are like shorter versions. And these chains are manipulated or sequenced in a specific way to send signals to your body to perform certain actions. Okay. And different peptide sequences can tell your body to do different things. All right. And it's wild how specific they are, how they target the exact thing in your body and process that you want them to target. It'll just turn on an already existing process to your body. Okay. For example, there are peptides out here that can literally make you tanner, right? It's called melanotan, where it signals your body to produce melanocytes to produce more pigment. There's one to help your body naturally produce more growth hormone. Okay, there's some that enhance cognitive function and focus, like a neurotropic on steroids, or basically to get your body to produce more serotonin or dopamine or BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor, or one that speeds up ligament and tendon healing, which is a game changer for basically everyone. There's another one called thiamycin alpha-1 that is literally, if you get sick and you just do this for like 2 days, you will not be sick anymore, right? I carry this one with me whenever I travel. Anytime I feel like I'm getting sick, boom, couple days, it's gone. Okay, and what makes peptides different than, pharmaceutical drugs or even exogenous hormones like testosterone replacement therapy, which I'm actually a huge fan of, and I think most men should be on. But what makes it different is that Peptides, you're not adding a foreign hormone or substance in your body. Okay. You're literally just signaling your body to create its own response. So think of it like this. Testosterone replacement is kind of like bringing in a contractor to do the work. Whereas peptides are like giving your body the blueprint and saying, hey, you already know how to do this. Let me remind you how to do it and to do it more efficiently. That's the key distinction. So the key distinction again is that you're not replacing what your body already does naturally. You're reminding it how to do it better. And the crazy thing is these peptides have like minimal to zero side effects. They stay in your system for like a day. You're not shutting down any natural production. You're not creating dependency. You're just simply optimizing what's already there, right? As compared to like pharmaceutical drugs, it's like you have a list of potential side effects that are mile long, like might cause diarrhea, hot flashes, skin rashes, sudden death, right? That does not occur in peptides. And we know this because there is mountains of evidence and research dating back to the 1940s in Russia. And now we have a ton that we're now seeing in the US as well. Before we go any further, just to give you some context, this is not a new biohacker trend that's just popped up, okay? These peptide therapies began in Russia, like I mentioned, in the 1940s. Where this kind of all started is Russian scientists were kind of the first to explore this idea that short chains of amino acid or peptides could act as internal messengers rather than just be used as the building blocks of proteins. So an early breakthrough came from a guy named Acid VP Filatov, who discovered what they basically called biogenic stimulants. So they were bioactive extracts that could stimulate healing and recovery. And then after 1945, the research really took off because the military needed it. They were looking for compounds that could help soldiers and workers recover from radiation exposure and trauma. Okay, in this sense, these are like life and death type situations. And researchers like Vladimir Kafesin, working in St. Petersburg, developed what they now know as peptide regulators. So a peptide regulator is a short chain of amino acid, whereas peptides are a little bit longer chain. And so you're looking at an image here that shows the difference between a short chain and a long chain. So short chain are extracted and synthesized to regulate specific tissue, such as the thymus or pineal gland or the bran, and they were used to help with like aging, immune function, and tissue repair. Okay, so again, I share all of this because I want you to know the backstory and know how long these things have actually been being used. So when I tell you about using peptides to signal tissue repair, drive immune function, or optimize recovery or fat loss, it's not bro science. There is a ton of research out there on this. Decades, okay? Now, before we get into it though, I want to talk about something really important. I want you to pay close attention. Before you turn into a pincushion and just start sticking all these peptides in your body, we need to know what the most important thing is for health and optimization. So before you think about doing this, and when you're thinking about using peptides, the number one thing that I would target and focus on is getting lean first. Okay, the leaner you are, the healthier you are going to become and the more energy that you're going to have. The reason for this is excess body fat is not just an aesthetic thing. It's a metabolic dysfunction. So anytime you're carrying too much fat, where your clients are, you are inherently going to create hormone dysregulation. Testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, insulin, all of these things get thrown off. You're number two going to have insulin resistance. Okay. With insulin resistance, it causes a cascade of effects, right? Meaning you're not partitioning nutrients well. Carbs are more likely to get stored as fat and instead of glycogen. This is going to lead to chronic inflammation. Fat tissue, especially visceral fat, produces these things called inflammatory cytokines that is just causing a cascade of problems in your system. The next thing it's going to cause is mitochondrial overload. So your mitochondria, which is the energy powerhouse of your cells, are working overtime to try to process excess energy. They get inefficient, sluggish, and therefore dysfunctional. So if your metabolism is like a car, the excess body fat is like, driving with the parking brake on. And you can add the best fuel, the best oil, the best modifications, but you're still dragging on the brake. So by leaning out first, you're going to improve your body composition and reduce the metabolic drag on your system. So you and your clients are going to have better insulin sensitivity, less chronic inflammation, more efficient energy systems, improved hormone responsiveness, and better nutrient partitioning. So the more efficient your energy systems, the more energy you're going to have for training, recovery, cognition, and daily life. And that's why I tell people getting lean is not just about aesthetics. It's functional health and energy. So once even with peptides and the basics of like nutrition, training, and all these things, you clear the fat and metabolic dysfunction, then you can layer in more peptides, hormones, and performance tools. It's going to be so much more effective instead of just trying to optimize a broken system. Okay. So if you're sitting here thinking like, am I ready to start peptides? First, ask yourself, am I lean enough? Am I training consistently? Is my nutrition dialed in? Am I sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night? The answer is no. I would start there because peptides are not going to fix a bad diet. You can't just start throwing in some of the peptides that I'll share that I love for fat loss in the next episode without dialing in nutrition, training, sleep, etc. Right? They're not going to fix those things. But once you have those things dialed in, peptides are absolute game changers. All right, so now that you know what peptides are, where they come from, where you need to, you have a little bit of a foundation. In part 2, I'm going to walk you through my top 5 peptides that I use constantly and that I love, including number 1, retatrutide, right here, my favorite. the triple agonist GLP, okay, that preserves muscle during cuts. It's actually anabolic. It'll help you to grow muscle. It'll enhance your mitochondria, improve insulin sensitivity better than anything in the world. Okay, this Retta, in my opinion, is the greatest breakthrough in medical technology since penicillin. Okay. The number two thing I'm going to share is the Glow blend. Okay, it's a blend of three or actually four different peptides, including BPC, TB500, GHKU, and KPV. This is insane. It heals joints, tendons, gut issues, even improves skin and hair, and can even repair like kidney damage and liver damage, etc. It's like the Wolverine blend, okay, that makes your body repair better. I'm going to cover SS31, okay, which is the mitochondrial optimizer, that and MOD-C, that increases ATP output at the cellular level. I'm going to share with you Epitylon. It's a longevity peptide that literally resets your sleep and increases your telomere length, which is literally your cell's determinant of your aging factor. Then we're going to cover hormone secretagogues like testosterone and actual growth hormone that literally torches body fat, preserves muscle, etc. And in the next episode, I'm going to cover some of my favorite non-peptide short chain amino acids, things like growth hormone, NAD+, and even SLU-PP332, which is a wild compound that's literally like exercise in a vial. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And look, if you're serious about this stuff, you're definitely going to want to check out episode 2, which that'll be dropping next. And I'll see you over there. Thanks, guys, for listening.